Hello, today let's cover the basics of the Cartesian coordinate system. For some brief background, the Cartesian coordinate system it's named after the French philosopher and mathematician Rene Descartes, all the way back in the 17th century, and this invention provided the foundation to map shapes described by equations. And with that brief background, we can move on to this coordinate system actually looks like. So first, to establish a coordinate system, we draw two lines perpendicular to each other. Would be something like this. You have the horizontal line, and then you have the vertical line. Conventionally, the horizontal line is named as the x-axis, and the vertical line is named the y-axis. This is the horizontal axis. This is the vertical axis. And the next thing is to put arrowheads on the end of the lines or axes. And basically what this represents is that the numbers go on forever. Another important feature is what's called the origin. That's where the two lines intersect. So this will be called the origin. Now the next important thing to note are these four areas that divide the axes, and these are called quadrants. The convention is as follows: quadrant 1, quadrant 3, quadrant 2, and quadrant 4. And it goes counterclockwise from quadrant 1 to quadrant 2, 3, and then 4. Now that we've got this established, next will be the convention that the pair of x and y coordinates are written as. So the convention is the x coordinate is always written on the left, separated by a comma, and then finally the y coordinate is written on the right and with brackets around them. The value of the x and y will depend ultimately on which quadrant we are on, and so let's list these possibilities. So if I'm on quadrant 1, both the x and y values will be positive. So let's write positive x, and also it's positive y. And now if I'm in quadrant 2, it's below the origin, so a number below 0 for the y, but then it's positive for the x. So we have positive x, but negative y. And if we're on quadrant 3, both the x and the y values will be negative, as both are below the 0 or origin. So negative x, negative y. Finally, if we're on quadrant 4, our x will be negative, but our y will be positive. It all depends on where the origin is. Hopefully this brief overview made sense. Now we can do some concrete examples. Let's say we wanted to plot the point 3, 2. Now remember that the x coordinate always goes first, so let's use a different pen. 3 would be our x, and 2 would be where our y is located. We start at the origin, which is 0, 0. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the origin is 0, 0. Alright, x is 3, so we're here. And our y is 2, which is 2 up, which would be here. And this is our point 3, 2. And now let's do the opposite of that. Now, say we wanted to find the coordinates of point A. So point A is here, and along the x-axis, it's -3. So we can put -3 as x always goes first, and then we just need to locate where it is on the y-axis. So this would be -1, -2, -3, finally we have -4. So it would be -3 and -4. And we can leave it there. I really hope my brief explanation was enough for you to understand this, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe and give it a like, and if you want to watch another lesson, then here is the video. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video, where we'll be covering equation of lines.